Okay, greetings and welcome back. We're playing Distant World Shadows. So when we left last episode, we just redesigned our bases. And let's go have a quick look here. Oops. Okay, so our small spaceport, which we have at our spaceport at our planet right now, is costing us 3,000 in maintenance, which is actually a lot of cash. That's usually down like 1,500 or something when I get going. So something's inflating this price. 10,000 to buy. So the culprit for that is usually resources. So let's come in and have a look at that. I'm going to click on here to sort by type. And yeah, we have some inflation going on. Basically the price, 0.8 is the lowest price you can get, and 0.25 is the highest price. So the cost of stuff will actually triple. So it looks like we have lead inflated, we have steel inflated, we also have carbon fibers inflated. And that's it, but that's enough. So lead, steel, and carbon fiber. So let's go back and have a look at this design. Oops. Let's just hit edit here. Okay, if we come into the design and hit show construction summary, it shows how many resources we're using to build this thing. Steel, there's 252 steel in this thing, 59 lead, and 50 polymer. All those three things right now are triple the cost. So it's tripling our cost, and pretty much, there's not much else of anything else. So it's pretty much tripling the cost of that space station in both building and in maintenance. Maintenance is a certain portion of whatever your purchase cost is. I'm not sure exactly what that works out to, but yeah, because we have 252 steel, and that's at triple price right now, that is driving that cost like way up through the roof. So you can sort of see how not having enough resources can really impact your economy. So if we can fix that, we can fix our cash flow. The cash flow will come back up and out of the red, and we'll be good on that. So the best way to deal with this is to mine more sources. Notice we have 0 of that, 0 of that, and we have 1 carbon fiber, but there's a high galactic demand for it too. So sometimes that drives you up, but most of the time you can usually, by just mining more sources, you can usually get enough supply that the inflation will come down and you satisfy all the supply and demand sort of stuff. So yeah, that's an example of how resource prices can really ruin your economy if you're not watching it. And just because we just got started, the only thing we have is a gas mining station right now. We don't have any steel mines or anything. Okay, so let's just pause again. I need to do some retrofitting now. I'm going to start with these little things. Our weapons research, our high-tech research, and where is... There's the so I'm just right-clicking and retrofitting those to the newest design with our shields and armor. And that's the spaceport, so we will retrofit that to a small. I generally don't increase the size of my spaceport until after I get warp cores and get out of our system and start building large amounts of ships. I know it would help our science to do so, but it will wreck our economy, especially right now with everything inflated. Okay, so our mining station is now constructed. That's that gas miner we have going. Okay, so it says our freighters will soon start traveling to that to bring back the resource, blah, 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 so we should build some more. Now, unfortunately, the problem right now is I don't really know a whole lot about what's in here. But there's some steel and there's some lead. So I think I should make that a priority for sure. So we'll queue this up to build a mining station there. Okay, and one more thing I want right away is another construction ship. So we'll put it behind all these retrofits. And off we go again. quick look at our research stations here. Okay. Yeah, we get plus 50% to our science because of our technocracy government style. So normally this hovers somewhere around 140, depending on if I have a scientist on it. But yeah, so we're definitely up on the science. That's a good thing to see. And we have a new intelligence agent. 2 that have absolutely nothing to do. Well, you know what? I could try this, but history shows that that doesn't work out so well. I lose a lot of intelligence agents, so I now just sit on them until I meet some races. I don't burn them up on the pirates anymore. The only thing I ever used to do was steal their galaxy map anyways in the beginning. And since we can't really get anywhere, that's not a huge priority. So, okay, so we approach some ruins, Forgotten Towers of Tatooine, and we will investigate. And has advanced our understanding of proton ionization. Let's just go have a look at it. Yeah, almost done for us. Good. Excellent. Okay, so we'll close that and carry on. Okay, so that's the first ship size increase. We're going for another one yet, so we want to go to 300. I think that goes to 230. We now have medical centers, so once we get the rec centers, we'll redesign our bases a little bit so we get the happiness bonus at our colony. And then with any luck, we can maybe put our taxes up a wee bit. Okay, so you discovered that, so just hit pause for a sec. And I think I'll just beeline over here. And then I'll work back and discover all that. So that was the first rune discovered. So that gave us that tech proton thrusters, or proton ionization. Okay, so we finished researching shipboarding. Again, there's no reason I really picked that to be first, and I just grabbed it. So now what I'm going to do is queue up some weapon improvements. Right now we're using long-range guns, so I don't want those. I want rail guns, so that's a slightly better gun. So we'll research that so we can replace that on our next retrofit. Same with missiles. We go from seekers to concussion missiles. And then I'm going to scroll up to blasters. So we'll go from pulse blasters to Maxis blasters. Then from there, I'm going to go to torpedoes and then ion weapons. So that's 5 things queued up. We generally get up to the torpedoes by the time we get our warp cores. And that retrofit will then allow us to add all those new weapons at that point. And there's a lone trader. We've encountered a lone starship in our system. And it's not a pirate, it's an independent space trader. Could there be other people or other ships like this? Might they help transport needed resources for us? Yep. Now, because all that stuff is inflated, I'm not 100% sure on that, but if we put a mission out there right now for steel, I'm pretty sure we would be paying the 2.5 on that. Instead of the 0.8. So we'd have to pay top dollar to get that steel if we were short of it. I don't think we're actually short on anything at this point. I think we still got a fairly good supply of most stuff. So yeah, starting up a mission to bring stuff in is just not really very practical, and we're feeding the pirates for more ships and that sort of thing. Speaking of which, how many ships do you have? You have 2 ships. They're smugglers. Yeah, they're not going to be in our face at all. So this is going to be very pirate-light, the beginning of this game. So there's not going to be a huge amount of action. But I like a more laid-back game anyways. Okay, so another constructor's ready. I'm going to get him to come over and start repairing this ship here. This is another abandoned ship, but it needs repair before we can grab it. So I'm going to get him to fix up that. Yeah, I didn't get close enough to see what was on it. That one, yeah. Ooh, okay. Okay, almost got recreation centers. Okay, there's the other ruin we're approaching. It's the Great Obelisk. And we will investigate. Okay, they found a store of scientific knowledge, and it has given us warp field precursors, or allowing us to start researching warp field precursors. So, and they hold the promise of faster than light travel. Okay, so with that in mind, let's come in here, select our energy, and go to warp field precursors. Get that queued up for our next research. Okay, so let's just pause for a second. Okay, so move there. I'm just going to queue these up. So you go down to queue next mission, move to, queue next mission, move to, queue next mission, move to. There, and then just, we can still manually do this, but we don't have to babysit them to get it done. We get all those little jobs queued up. Actually, there's another planet here too, isn't there? Alright, go there. Oops. Back. There we go. Go there next. Okay, so we got recreation complex, or recreation components now. And just kind of looking at my money, I gotta have 50 grand in order to take advantage of the Trader's Bazaar. This works out most of the time I try to do this. I'd say 75% of the time I can get in here and get this. Sometimes somebody beats me to it, but I'm going to go for it. This provides a huge bonus to your economy. So because money is so rare in this game, that's almost an essential priority I'm finding. Okay. So, because I queued everything up now, there's really not much more to do, so just kick back and watch stuff happen, I guess. I've been toying with the idea, do I pause the video in these the low points, or do I just record it? I've had some comments where people say they prefer to see everything. They can skip ahead themselves if they want to, sort of thing. So I might just not pause and just try to utilize the 4x speed as much as I can through the gameplay. Okay, we now have railguns. Oh, and one thing we got to do right now is quickly revise our spaceports, because we now have those entertainment and medical facilities. So this is still going to be a Mark II, but a revision A. And we will put these on there. Where's the other one right there? Okay, so medical 100, recreation 100, and that's all I'm doing to these. Okay, and one more. Like I said, when stuff like this comes up, I like to do it all at the same time. And, oh, I forgot the revision A. Okay, and, oop, no. Misclick. Okay, medical and recreation. Okay. Okay, yeah, I spent a lot of time in the design screen, and I did try to save off my designs and reuse them, but man, what a nightmare to manage. You got to make sure you got the tech research for whatever is on that ship, and yeah, I just couldn't do it. It's just much easier to manually do it all the time. So let's go retrofit our spaceport. Right click, retrofit to a small revision A Mark II. And that's done already. Yeah, it wasn't much of a retrofit. So we'll give that a minute to kick in, and then we'll go adjust our science a bit maybe and see if we can't get rid of some of that red. Somebody was just there. Explorer, who is that? Yeah, Sinister. These guys with their 2 military ships. I don't think I have much to worry about from them. Unless they start massively building stuff, but okay. Okay, let's go in and have a look at our happiness now. Okay. Recreation medical facilities benefit us +8. Nice. It's usually 7 or 5, but sometimes it's 8, which is really cool. And we are definitely happy. How happy are we? 27. I'm going up another 5% anyways. Let's see what that does to us. So that leaves us, I could go up another 5 if I want to, but I think just because it's early game and I want things to grow. I'm not sure exactly what the threshold is. Whether you just need to be happy or whether the actual tax rate drives how quickly you reproduce and grow population and stuff. At 3%, so yeah, I haven't really looked at that too closely. Okay, oops. Well, it didn't get us out of the red, but made it a little better. I don't know if it's worth doing the other 5% or not. I suppose right now it is. Alright, let's do it. Just make sure we stay in the realm of happy. Yeah, we'll try that. So 3% still. I know the new colonies, if you crank up the taxes while they're still small, that it slows the growth rate down. Homeworlds and established colonies, I'm not entirely too sure how badly that gets affected. Okay, we're out of the red anyways. And speaking of red, we are paying pirates 8K. So essentially we have 10K. If we get rid of that deal. Colony happiness boost, excellent. Okay, enhanced missiles. So yeah, we'll have all that tech by the time we get the warp cores, which are being researched right now. As far as episode schedule, I think I'm just going to sit here today and play a bunch of them. Kind of a crappy day outside, so I think I'm just going to sit and play this all day. So I'll probably crank off 10 or 12 episodes today. Rather, I just can't do the half hour at a time thing like I did with my other Let's Play. It's just it just all fell apart when I wasn't concentrating that hard. Okay, so let's go have another look at our resources here. Okay, Kevlar's inflated now. Steel is still inflated. Carbon fiber is still inflated. Lead's down. So it didn't really affect. Of course, we put stuff on there since too. So we're still hovering at $3,000 maintenance for a small spaceport. So okay, let's just go into the planner. See what we're looking at here. Wow, we got a lot of resources in here. That's good. I think we're still actually exploring too, so there might be a couple more things. Okay, so steel and lead. I think I better get another source of that right away. And there was a comment, and I've been actually utilizing this piece of advice ever since on my last Shadows play series. A gentleman pointed out that I was mining too many of these low percentage resources. And he said a rule of thumb that he came across was make sure all these percentages, lead, steel, and gold, as you can see, 30, 77, and 55, make sure those values all add up to more than 120%. Anything less than 120% isn't worth it and will actually start hurting your economy. Unless you're really, really hurting for the resource, like say we're right out of, which we probably are, right out of silicon, which we have 0, and I can't find any better sources of it, then yeah, I would have to come and grab that. And it would probably cost us to get that resource. Yeah, I haven't quite worked out how it all works out yet, but ever since I switched to doing the 120% plus to build a mining station, I've been actually doing all right economy-wise. Plus, these little single sources that are out there, your mining ships will actually go and grab stuff off of if you're in dire need of this stuff. So we have one construction ship ready to go. So yeah, I think we better get some lead and steel for sure. And we'll go for that one. Okay. And we'll carry on. So yeah, that was a very solid piece of advice. I'm not sure who gave that to me. I'd have to go back and look. But if you're watching and it was you, then thank you very much. That has really improved my economy in my games. And by all means, leave comments. Like I said, I'm recording a bunch of these ahead, so I might not be able to utilize the information for this Let's Play, but definitely leave comments if you see something off. I will be doing more series as time goes on, so I'll utilize any advice in subsequent series. Okay, we now have Maxis blasters. So yeah, we'll get the torpedoes before the warp cores, so we'll be able to put those on our ships. And the Explorer is done. Okay, at this point I'm just going to hit the automate button, and he'll go around and look at all the floating rocks and the pretty stones and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, exploit asteroid. Yep, not hearing too much out of the pirates. And their 2 ships. Generally with these settings, you'd have to go back to episode 0 to see how I set this up. But the new settings for the pirates, I think were in the last patch, or maybe the previous one as well. But going down to very few and very weak pretty much puts them back to the level they were at in the Legends expansion. I think I might have mentioned that already in episode 0, but... New Fleet Admiral. But yeah, like I said, I don't mind pirates, but I just don't like them being in my face all the time. Oh! Stop. Is that me? No, it's not. Oh, yes, it is. Phew. I thought somebody else was in here mining. That's right, I'm repairing that. Yeah, sometimes the pirates will come in and start mining in your system. That's when you build boarding ships. Put some assault pods on some ships and go grab yourself some mining stations. Okay, now we're working on ion cannons. These won't go on this next retrofit because these require some space and some power, and I'd rather have the next level of reactor before actually installing any of those. So other than warp cores, we got everything we need for the next ship retrofit. So that'll be coming up here shortly. We're at 78% there. So, and one more thing I need to build, and let's go do that right now. It's a resort base. So to do that, I'm just going to copy as new one of our energy stations. And that's still going to be Mark II, but you will be a Disney base. And you are going to be a resort. And change the graphic just a little bit. That one. Okay. And first thing I want to do is get the energy labs off here. And I think I'm just going to leave everything else and we'll just add the stuff we need. So we need a commerce center. We need a recreation center. I also throw on a medical center. Sometimes if I have a small planet that doesn't really warrant having a whole spaceport at, I'll stick one of these at it. And that way I get the happiness bonuses from having those two components on here. It doesn't cost a whole lot to have that there, I don't think. Static energy 3. Yeah, it's not very expensive, so I might as well throw it on. And there is one thing, you don't get a warning, and this tripped me up for a long time as well, is resort bases do not work unless you have passenger components on them. So I put 10 on. And without those, you can build these, no problem, but they're not going to make any money. They're just going to sit there eating up your maintenance fees. So make sure you put passenger components on. Like I said, there's no warning on it or anything, but it is required. So we'll just save that. Okay. So now that we have resort bases, let's just go have a look. And I do have one location that has a 16% bonus for scenery. And then I got the 2 rune sites. The rune sites will, you can build resort bases at the rune sites. You don't need the scenery bonus, but you're not going to make as much money. I find in early game, each load of troops, this one will bring in 2K, but because this one has a bonus, it'll probably bring in maybe 3K. Might need a higher bonus to actually get to 3K, but we'll have a look at how all that works in a little bit here. So we got that designed. We got to take care of our inflation here first. Oh, carbon fiber's coming down a bit. How's lead doing? And lead is down. Okay, so yeah, notice money is up. Let's go have a look at that design now. State base is still $3,000. Wow. Yeah, it's the steel, I think, that's driving that price up. Not so much the lead, it's the steel. So we got to get that down, or we're just going to continue paying top dollar for this stuff. That must have been my tax increase that brought that up. Okay, enhanced commerce. That particular tech is a trade bonus, but we have no trade right now, so it's not going to help us out too much, but it was in front of open trade networks, so we needed that. Okay. Well, the episode's at 28 minutes, and we're just about to get warp fields. Oh yeah, our explorer's trying to look at the space slugs. Yeah, I think I might maybe go to a 45-minute episode, and we'll do the redesigns before I close this one down. That way, anybody who doesn't want to watch it can just skip to the next episode. Okay, so we have hyperdrive technology now. This discovery means that we can finally leave our own solar system and explore the stars. And this amazing discovery has galvanized the resolve of our population, giving us a short-term economy boost. Okay, so pause. And we will queue up our next mission in here. I generally go for energy collection next. I just come up this sort of scale, get some maneuverability, finish off protons, Grab better reactors, and then go for hyperdrive technology. This one's fairly expensive, that's why I'm going for other stuff first. Because this stuff is what, 120k compared to 960k. So I can pretty much do all of the stuff, other stuff I queued up by the before I'd get that one done. So that's why I'm doing it in that particular order. Okay. So we're off doing retrofit or redesigns. So if you don't want to watch that, you can probably safely skip to the next episode. And for those who do want to watch it, we'll get going. Okay, so manually upgrade. We'll get the revision A out of here. Okay. And we already got the armor and shields on here. So the first thing we want to do is put a warp bubble. And get enough reactors to support it. Okay, so 2000 is our top speed. We don't get any better than that right now. And we'll get some life and hab. And so we got to 300. This is actually a pretty major redesign. That's why I leave it for the last of the episode. Let's replace the weapons. So pulse blasters for maxes. Long range for rails. 25. We got lots of room for energy, so we got lots. We can pretty much fill the space with weapons at this point. So maybe I'll go with 4 more railguns, an epsilon, concussion, and the reason I'm putting a little bit of everything on here, I'm just going to rename this to an all-rounder. Oops. Because it's just an all-round good ship and it carries a little bit of everything. Okay, so 261. I do want to actually hop up the fuel supply to get that into 275. Okay, and some more life and hab. And we got 100 boarding defense strength. I wonder if I shouldn't hop that up. In the beginning, I don't have a huge problem with my, especially with the pirates at this level. I don't have a huge problem with losing ships to boarding. I lose the odd one, but whether it's worth the extra expense right now to actually hump that up, I don't think so. So we'll just fly with that for now. We will work on it later. Okay, so next, we did have a bit of room left actually. I wonder if I should maybe throw another gun or two on here. 82. Actually, I have another. These are nice. Okay, we'll go with that. So a little more bang for our buck there. Okay, so we'll upgrade this, and this one still needs armor and shields. We'll do that first. And a warp bubble. More reactors. Okay, and I'm going to rename this to a boarder because he's going to have assault pods. So let's rename or get rid of the pulse blasters for Maxis. And we will put some assault pods. I generally go with at least 3. Oh, we still need some fuel too here. Okay, yeah, maybe we'll go with another assault pod. And we'll throw some more Maxis on here. So, the basic plan is lots of Maxis blasters because we don't want any shield skipping weapons. Railguns will skip the shields and damage the ship, and because we're going to be trying to board and capture it, I need habitation. We don't want to be damaging the ship. We want as little damage as possible. And I'm going to go over doing this now. Yep. So I gotta, I'll pull one blaster off, I guess. There. Ah, still need another one? Okay. Okay, so that's a boarding ship. We got 208 boarding assault and Maxis blasters take the shields down. Because we got to take the shields down before we can board it. So, save that. And next. A warp bubble. reactors. And let's replace these. Actually, I'm going to make this my Long Ranger, basically a missile boat. Okay, Mark II. And we'll go standoff. Standoff. Oh, shields at 50? No, no, no. Stick around till they're 20. Don't want you just running away. Okay, 239. Oh, we got tons of space here. I must be forgetting something. Oh, we need fuel. Okay, I guess we just... Actually, let's take those. That's why it looks like so much stuff. So I take those and I replace those with concussions and epsilon is what I usually run on these longer range weapons. Hence the name Long Ranger. 289, we could put one more concussion. Do we need anything else? Nope. Okay. So save that. And what was your shield level? 50%. No, 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 no. 20%. That's way too soon to be running away. Okay. And cruisers. Now, even though I don't have the weapon yet, I call this an ionizer. It will be an ion weapon focused ship eventually, so I'm just going to rename it now. Okay, warp bubbles. Basic space reactors. Did I need that? No, we didn't. Okay, replace the Maxis Impulse. And of course, yeah, well, I'm probably not even going to build any of these right away, so I'm just going to pull a few things off here. Good enough. Pull one more of those and get the fuel up. Oh, fuel was up. Okay, never mind. Like I said, I'm not building any of these right away, so I'm not going to spend too much time on that one. Oh. Shields at 20 though. Okay, Explorer. And fuel's fine. Warp bubble. Okay, good enough. And our construction ship. Shields. Oh man, misclicks. I hate misclicks. Oh. Oh man, no, what was I going for? Reactors? Yeah, no, space warp bubbles. Okay. One, please. Okay, and... Oh, man, misclicking all over the place suddenly. Okay. Trying to get this done quick. I'm at 39 minutes for this episode, so I should probably just slow down and take my time here. And a little bit more cargo on this. Okay. And we'll leave the fuel as is for now. And we still got to do our private ships, so I'm just going to quickly do these. I don't put a whole lot of protection on these for the simple reason that, at least not in the early game, for the simple reason that if they get killed and you have to rebuild them, then at least you get the bonus income from that event. So if they do happen to get picked off, yeah, you lose the resources, but you do bonus out when they have to be rebuilt. So I just go with 100 shields, 100 armor, and that's pretty much all I do with those in the initial stages anyways. Having life. And I still need more reactors on this. And I don't really try to go up to, like another reactor for that little wee bit of speed just isn't worth it. So I just, I don't worry about it till the next retrofit and they'll tune it up. Okay, so 10 of those, 1 of those. Again, it's a little low, but I'm not going to worry about it. Okay. I should, I maybe better bring their fuel capacity up too. So 275, I'll go back and do the other two. Fuel. Okay. And our passenger ship. I will put a few more shields on this one. I don't like losing civilians, so probably doesn't make for a popular leader. And have life. And I think we're good. Save. Okay. I do go the extra on the mining ships just to keep them going as fast as possible. I also add 2 more cargo capacity, so I get over 1,000 cargo capacity on that. I figure if you're going to go to the next system to mine resources, you might as well make it worth your while. Okay, so hub and life and fuel. Fuel yet. 275, okay, good. And 1 more. I spent so much time in this design screen. And like I said, I did try to save off my designs, but it was just nothing short of a nightmare to maintain. Okay, a couple more cargo. And life and hab. And fuel. And save. Okay, that's all our ships done. We could technically do our bases right now, but I'm not going to. I'll maybe do that at the end of the next episode if I need it. I do have to put energy collectors on all these. I need those for my ship too, but okay, so we'll look at that next episode maybe. Okay, so that's about it for this round, and if you're still with me, thanks for watching, and we'll catch you in the next episode. Have a great day.